Hello. Um, it's been a very long time. Well, not a very long time, but quite a long time since I last um recorded. Just had a chat at the camera. Um, I believe that the last time I posted a video, it was when I had first moved into my new apartment. I'm now on month three. So that's really fun. That's exciting. And yeah, I've been having a good time. I've been on the mend, which is really good. Um, I feel like um I have been on a bit of a kind of confidence binge, I suppose. Um, I am living with a housemate. My partner has gone traveling to India, and we'll be away probably until the end of January. So it's another like month and a half to 2 months, maybe. Well, a month and a half, yeah, probably. Um, and yeah, no, I think I've been able to really, really quickly gain a lot of confidence from the autonomy that has been granted from living more independently. It's kind of a complicated thing because I feel like um, we wanted time apart specifically for the reason that we felt it was probably good to like try a new kind of living situation and untangle each other a little bit from kind of total um, enclosedness within our relationship. I guess like codependence, I feel like it's a very overused phrase, but like I felt like we only really had friends together. Like we didn't have any kind of friendships that felt like they were independent, like between us as an individual and someone else. It would always be between us as a pair, and then the kind of friends that we had. Um, so I've had the opportunity to, I guess, like deepen a lot of friendships with the people that I know here. And that's been really, really good. And yeah, I think it was definitely sort of what I needed. I feel a little bit guilty though, because obviously, um, my partner is fucked off to India and like they are having like a they're having a good time, they're having a good experience, but I mean, I feel like they're kind of getting a very different thing out of what they're doing compared to, what my situation is giving me. Um, but it's not different in terms of quality, but just different in terms of like, the kind of challenges that we're being presented with independently. And who knows, maybe that's exactly what they need at this point, sorry. So maybe it's great, but like I I feel very lucky to be the one who is, I guess, getting more time with our friends and getting more time to kind of build um like relationships and friendships. Um I don't think that personally I would need a solo trip to a pretty like I guess like challenging country to travel around solo is at least what I'm kind of interpreting from um, their experience. Um, but yeah, I mean, seems like a nice time though. Lots of like swimming in the ocean and sitting on hammocks and, looking at monkeys and reading lots and lots of books. I also got on a medication recently, which is good. Definitely helping massively. Um, yeah, that's it kind of, I kind of don't think about it too much because I've been on and off medication for a while. Um, but I think I do realize now, like, after having a couple of periods where I was like, I'm not really sure whether or not I need this, and like kind of stopping cold turkey for no particular reason. It is something I do need. So, um, yeah, glad I have that. Glad I have that. It's very helpful. And I have just finished working at the farm that I got a job at. I'm I can't really remember when I got the job at the farm, like when I started working there. Um, and whether that was before or after ooh, the what's it called, last video that I posted. Um, but yeah, I was volunteering at a farm, like commu- a community-led organic farm, which I fucking loved. I was doing it since the beginning of the year, and then I got a job working for them, picking vegetables and packing, picking and packing. Um, and I did that for like between October and December, I guess. So not long, but like fucking loved it. It was great. It was so good. I'm genuinely really sad that like I haven't been able to um go and work there this week because technically there is no more stuff to harvest. It's the end of the season, so um yeah, that was also I think been very very beneficial for my mental health. Because I mean again it's kind of like I guess it's got an aspect of practicing what you preach in the sense that it's a um I'm radiating in the sense that it aligns with my values, I think. Um, and it's a pretty ambitious project, and I really believe in like what the people who run it believe in. I believe in what they believe in. I believe in their kind of impetus for this project. And they're very inspiring to me. Very cool people to know. Um, Sorry, this is an incredibly unflattering angle. I was just cold. Uh, but yeah, I stopped there last week, so this was my first week off. But it was great because obviously you spend a huge amount of time picking vegetables, which is just kind of exercise. You're just kind of squatting and like carrying shit and running around and um it's basically just going to the gym for about like 4 hours and then the rest of the time you're kind of rooting around anyway, like quite you're pacing about, you're going places, you've got to finish things relatively quickly and it just it makes you happy, it makes you feel um it gives you the adrenaline, it gives you the what's it called, it gives you a positive hormone rush. um dopamine. I don't know if I don't endorphins. Um, it produces endorphins, doesn't it? Because it's just exercise. And so regardless of like whether the weather is shit or like, you know, whether it's just like whether you came to work moody, you will feel like better by the end of it. Um, and it like again, this is so embarrassing, and cringe, but like it does kind of make you just sort of buzz after a while. Like everything feels very beautiful and like in your face. And I've really been one of my favorite things. I don't know if you can pick a completely random, arbitrary kind of identified thing as a favorite thing. I love the way that sunlight shines through the kind of big squash leaves and courgette leaves that they grow in the farm when it's like it's morning time and you're walking past with the barrows and you can see the light shining through and it creates these like blue shadows which are then like punctuated by kind of really like verdant kind of almost like limey green light. They look beautiful, they look great, and I think yeah, again embarrassingly it's like find finding the beauty in the small things in life, um, it does help. It helps you feel less horribly negative about the world. Um, in times such as these. Uh, yeah, but hopefully I will be able to join back up with them when they need help support when the harvest begins again. Yeah, games. Um, I don't really have anything else to say. I've been reading a lot of like sci-fi. Um, I'm looking forward to reading a bit of non-fiction. I have a book, um, which will probably be, I don't know if this will flip up. I still don't really know how this camera works. It's called Varieties of Things, and it is about the foundations of contemporary metaphysics. I'm really excited to read. I love to learn. Learning is great. Um, yeah, I I've been quite disciplined with myself recently. Or I've been trying to be a little bit more disciplined with myself recently. Um, and I'm like, obviously, it's one of those things which I feel like is kind of difficult to talk about because people start to get worried, I think, a little bit. Um, I don't know. And I do understand why, because I feel like the kind of like I see so many people who become like sort of quite like over over managing of their like life, in a way which is like exerting control in the pursuit of kind of this perfection or like ephemeral idea of like the life they want, which like they feel like they're having to kind of meet that role. um Whereas I feel like I am trying to kind of frame it as like being disciplined not in order to kind of um become that person to reach that goal, but because I already am that person and I am just expressing the potential that I have. Like the rewards that will be reaped from discipline are not like whatever I get out of it at the end. The rewards that I reap as the person that I become, like as and when I'm doing the things that I'm doing. Whether that be just like going outside more, making sure to like read every day, like, kind of going through shit that I've saved for like months and months and years, like kind of clearing out all the things that I've been trying to get through, picking up like books that I've like, beautiful graphic novels that I've had for fucking years that I just don't read because, you know, I'm very like I've just, spent a lot of time kind of sitting on my phone or I don't know, not really doing anything, being a kind of quite passive consumer. Um, and it's like I feel like I'm trying to spend my time a bit better and be disciplined with that in that sense. There's a fruit fly. Um, yeah, I think it's been really good for me. I think like again, there's an aspect of it which is like if you care about yourself, um, if you care about yourself enough, like you will kind of start, you know, having a little bit more like stake in your life and what you're doing with your time. And you want better for yourself, so you want to spend your time better, and feel better about yourself. So, um, yeah, it's something which I feel like I've only really been able to do, now that I'm alone. So, I guess looping back to what I was initially talking about, it's kind of a difficult position to be in because I know that when my partner does come back, that will definitely like pose some potential, not necessarily challenges, but like, um, points that will probably need to be like thought about or considered and reconfigured within like our relationship. But I guess we can only really see. Who knows what is to come? I do not. What I do know is that I will hopefully be do hopefully be doing my best. I will be doing my best to continue being my own kind of fucking ambassador or whatever. Like, um, I think it's good that I am taking a bit more um active interest and putting some value on what I want to do with my time and doing it and letting myself, giving myself the opportunity to do interesting things and to open up doors for myself rather than robbing myself of that by being fucking lazy and not doing anything, you know? Um, yeah, it's very easy to fall into kind of just accepting yourself as a secondary citizen and allowing um someone else to kind of make the decisions for you, not because they necessarily want to, but because you've just kind of like abandoned your opinion, because deciding what you want for yourself is difficult, and also, asking someone what they want to do feels like, you know a politeness and common courtesy, and it kind of, allows you to hide a little bit from the responsibility of making decisions for yourself. Um, so yeah, that's something I need to keep thinking about with my big bald head. Um, it's a hard time for me considering everyone's banging on about Stranger Things. So um, I think every other fucking very stand-up comedian at work has made note of the fact that I am indeed I am 11.